How dare you?
Go ahead.
I did go ahead. I said, how dare you?
How dare you?
My father would womanize, he would drink, he would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark. Sometimes he would accuse chestnuts of being lazy, the sort of general malaise that only the genius possess in the insane lament. My childhood was typical. Summers in Rangoon, luge lessons. In the spring, we'd make meat helmets. When I was insolent, I was placed in a burlap bag and beaten with reeds. Pretty standard, really.
The fuck was that?
It was a quote from Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
It's very dark.
It's very funny is what it is.
No.
Alright, well, before we get into anything, well, I guess this weekend, tonight, actually, Rick and Morty comes back, so that's exciting.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh. That show still, exists?
They've been posting a bunch of stuff about it. In fact, the cold open is up on YouTube for this episode.
Yeah, don't they, get married?
I don't know what's up with that. But the episode does come out today. And also, I know most people probably don't care, but I'm very happy. They finally announced the new Gamera project after 500 years.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
Is it a show?
I believe so. We don't have much yet. All I know is that it's called Gamera Rebirth, and it looks animated, so...
Hype.
Either way, I'm just happy that my favorite flying turtle is finally gonna get something go on with him.
Watch it be terrible. I'm crying.
Man, the last, 80% of what he's in is terrible, so... to be fair.
That was quite a fun marathon.
Yeah, you could say that.
Dude, I watched 5 minutes of it, and it was honestly the worst thing I've ever seen.
5 minutes of what?
When Tommy would watch it, and he'd just say he hates it, and you watch 3 minutes of it.
Oh, honestly, the one that I watched for 2 minutes wasn't quite as the one I watched for
That's an example of Tommy watching stuff. He watched 5 minutes of the movie on his phone for the last hour and 20. He was like, that was pretty mid. He gave it a 3.
He was like, oh man, you really gave it a chance, thank you.
Yeah, I got really mad at Tommy earlier this week because he was saying how bad BoJack was. I got very mad.
Even though he never watched it.
He watched a season.
Yeah, barely.
It's what I watched was terrible, so.
He watched the first season, which is effectively the worst, but also probably didn't pay attention the whole time and never really gave it a chance.
Yeah.
That was my argument. I said there's no fucking way you didn't like
Man, this show sucks.
This show fucking sucks, bro. 5 more seasons.
He just doesn't like listening to people and always wants to disagree with people because he gets a kick off of pissing people off.
He does get a kick off that for sure. Hopefully he doesn't watch this. Yeah, it's been recording for 4 minutes.
I don't know why, but I feel like he won't.
No. Does leave a like though. I'm just kidding.
Not even that.
I'll title this I'll just put Tommy's face on the thumbnail so he'll click it because we'll show up in a subscription.
Don't do that. This first thing, nobody will click. Second thing, only person that'll click would be Tommy. Just because he'd be like, what the heck?
If this podcast still goes when Tommy dies, we'll do a review on Tommy's life.
That would be very long and depressing.
We'll skip a few parts.
Yeah, just a
just a few.
Also, I don't think I want to be a part of that person.
Oh.
I got tie in a little too much.
A little bit. This Ellis side character kind of sucks. Terrible writing. Just gets beaten for the first 20 years by Tommy.
Oh man, yeah. No, but it's pretty funny because last week, well, it was 2 weeks ago. I don't remember last time we recorded, honestly, but we had nothing to talk about, and we were talking about how dry it was, and then it's still extremely dry. But at least now I've seen 5 new releases since then, so
I've seen one.
Well, at least from this year.
Yeah, when you watched all by yourself.
What?
When you watched All by Yourself in Southridge.
Yeah, I went to see Black Adam, and it was just me in the entire theater, and it was actually kind of appealing. There was something kind of nice about it. It was just me, you know, I could just chill in there.
Fortunately, the movie wasn't good.
I mean, that's...
At least it wasn't Morbius.
Yeah, it wasn't like Morbius bad, but... I mean, it happened though.
First,
YMS gave it a 2, so...
Black Adam?
Yeah.
What is wrong with him?
I gave it a 3, so...
Oh, a 2 out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh, a 2 out of 5. Like, that's a little high.
Yeah, no. I hate that people, like... There are some people that genuinely claim that The Rock, like, has, like, range as an actor, and it's just so false. He's, you know...
Was there any jungles?
He has, like, negative acting range. Like, in, like, overhead shots, kind of.
I was hoping the whole movie would coincidentally take place in a jungle.
I mean, it takes place in, like, a city, so it's kind of a big city, so it's kind of a concrete jungle.
I hate you.
Wow, that was extreme.
Speaking of jungles, Airbnbs.
What about them?
Barbarian, dummy.
Oh, yeah. Barbarian released this year.
It's like a month late, I think.
Comedy. It's really weird. But also pretty enjoyable. So, yeah. So you finally saw it, like this past week, right?
Yeah, we watched it on HBO.
Yeah. I saw it in theaters a couple months ago. But I remember it pretty vividly.
I wonder what.
So yeah. What were your overall thoughts? Did you enjoy it?
It's fine. Had some good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Had some good elements. Justin Long was really weird in it. I don't know if I liked him in it. So.
Right, I mean, my favorite part, actually, honestly.
Yeah. Pennywise was in it for like 10 minutes and then he died.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess spoiler doesn't really matter, but for, just for our spoilers.
Some weird incest monster.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was just extremely overhyped.
I thought
It was good.
Yeah,
People were saying it was like the scariest movie of the year, and I was like, it's not that scary.
there also haven't been any good
Yeah, no.
I was like, what's it to compare it to? Halloween Ends and Smile. Let's go.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It probably is the scariest movie of this year because nothing good has come out this year.
A lot of people were also saying it's just like a really scary movie they haven't seen in a while. I was like, it's fine. That spooked me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of spooky. Honestly, I think it worked a lot better with its like comedic sections. Like the second act is a huge like tonal shift from the first and the third. Like it feels like 3 distinct movies in those 3 acts, and the second act is really comedic focused. I think that was the strongest one for me, at least. Now, not to say I didn't enjoy the beginning and the end. I enjoyed the whole movie, but it definitely had quite a few things going on that I was like, all right, well, I don't really know why this was the decision that they made. They could have made something really, really special with this, but then I was just kind of like, well, this is kind of okay. A lot of things that were happening, I was like, I don't really care. Justin Long was really entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. I guess it's kind of weird to look back upon, but I just remember really enjoying it. Maybe ironically in some ways, but just in general, like I looked back on that fondly. And yeah, Bill Skarsgård, he is or whatever, maybe he's the different Skarsgård, whatever his name is. He was interesting, and then he wasn't in it very long. Yeah, Bill Skarsgård. So
yeah, the main girl was kind of the least likable, acting wise. I thought.
Yeah, she was
Just fine.
yeah, just fun.
A lot of the eerie, creepy scenes in the first half were like probably the most scary parts. And once it was just a giant incest monster, it wasn't as scary. It was just like really weird. Like that fucking underground cellar with like the room with the camera and the bed was probably like the fucking creepiest shit in the movie.
Yeah, based on that Airbnb. You know, you can't spell barbarian without Airbnb. I'm just saying.
It's on. It's not recording. What'd you say?
I said you can't spell barbarian without Airbnb.
That's true. Did you realize that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You did?
Mm-hmm. It's right there.
Airbnb.
Yeah, Airbnb.
Is that why it's called that?
It might be a
Or is it because it's like a dungeon?
I don't know, man.
I thought they were setting up like a completely different villain when they were like, "Oh, it doesn't go in this one room," and then it's just like a guy. Who then proceeds to kill himself. So it's like, what?
Yeah, there were definitely there's misdirection. It tried to be weird, but it wasn't so off-putting that it did kind of succeed. It didn't really add to much horror for me, but like when it added to like comedy and suspense, I thought it did okay.
I thought they were gonna go way into the past backstory because it seemed kind of like interesting, but then because they also had a really good actor. I don't remember his name, but I've seen him in a lot of stuff. But then it just kind of was like one scene.
Yeah, I definitely think
there was some weird theme about, I think it was like Nixon or something, because they like mentioned him twice for some reason. I don't know. There's some, I've heard a lot of people talk about like hidden meanings, but I don't know if there was one, to be honest. So
yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like there was purpose for sure. The overall structure did feel kind of sloppy. I enjoyed what was happening the whole time, and I was engaged. But it definitely had some issues, like staying cohesive throughout the whole thing.
It was very jarring when it cut from like a very intense scene to just introducing Justin Long's character and like going through his whole daily routine. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was just like, is this a horror movie? I'm not sure. But yeah. And the whole ending chase scene stuff was like, it was exciting, I guess. The whole like hobo being like, "Listen, I've been here like 30 years. She's never come in here before," and then like immediately comes in.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, bro, listen, we're fine. Honestly, that might have been the scariest scene in the movie, actually, when like she like gets out of her car and the hobo's like slowly like running towards her, and like you just see it in the background.
Yeah, that was a really good moment. I really enjoyed that.
They never explained why the door kept closing. I thought it was gonna be like something supernatural, but they just never explained why the door keeps closing and locking itself. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they left it ambiguous, which I guess it kind of fits in with the movie, but it's also like
Doesn't make any sense.
it was also kind of random. It's definitely quite the ride. I could see why so many people were praising it. It's not as like groundbreaking of a horror film as like some people were projecting it to be. I do, and it's probably one of the better horror movies of the year. It's definitely up there. Like I would say it's in like the.
I think it's in my top 10 of the year. I think.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's not as good as Nope. I know that. I would say Prey is even better, to be honest.
I have it as like my 13th movie of the year, and looks like probably like my 1, 2, 3, probably like my 4th favorite horror movie this year so far.
No, it's actually exactly my 10th, but I've only seen 18, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've seen 78.
Alright, I'll be back in 1 second. I need to grab something. Just keep talking.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
leaving me high and dry, and just me. No, but I really did enjoy the Justin Long part. I don't think I would ever. I didn't think I would say that like ever again. After some things I've seen Justin Long in, but he was definitely entertaining. He was good in Drag Me to Hell. But he also did Tusk, and I really hate Tusk. I also remember he was randomly in Idiocracy. I don't know if anybody's like seen that movie, but I have, and it's okay. It's not as funny as it thinks it is, though.
Your mother tonight? Oh, I don't know what you just said. I don't know what you just said.
Well, that was just rude.
You want to move on to the next movie?
I mean, yeah, if you want to. I guess I'll just I enjoyed Barbarian. I'd probably recommend it. I could see the praise. I personally wouldn't give it that much praise. He's also a pretty new director. The writer-director this is really his first like major movie, so he did a pretty good job considering Zach Kreger. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10, probably a high 6. So yeah.
I think I gave it like a 2.5, something like that. It's probably more of a 6, like you said, but yeah, I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. But if I do, I'll probably enjoy myself.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I liked it better than the next movie we're gonna talk about.
What's that?
You should know.
Smile?
Okay, I guess I can start smiling, but I don't know what that's gonna do. This isn't like a visual podcast, so.
I hate you.
Yeah, that's just me.
I can use my shoulder.
You're very cute.
Anyway.
Allie's
Smile.
climbing on me.
What?
Allie's climbing on me. 1 second. Okay, she's done.
That was music.
Okay. So yeah,
Hey, man.
another horror film that came out this year. It came out a couple months ago, but it's still playing in most theaters, which is crazy. It's also on a streaming service now. Like, it's gotten to the point where it's already on a streaming service. But Smile, one that I had seen promotional material for a while, and then I was kind of curious about, and then a lot of people were watching it, and a lot of people were talking about it, and I didn't expect it to become that popular.
Not gonna lie, when I saw the trailer, it looked one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, the trailer didn't
It was
really
terrible. It looked like Slender Man level.
I mean, it looked like those like Countdown and Truth or Dare, like those level of movies.
Those are so much better than those.
Yeah, it's a bit better, I guess. So yeah, it happened. I finally got around to watching it.
Yeah, I think we saw it in the theaters opening night because the audience was pretty loud. That's always fun. It was weird. It came out like in September instead of October. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, definitely a lot of people smiling.
The dead cat part was the most shocking part.
Which part?
The dead cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird, and then that whole scene was so fucking cringe. I thought that was like a comedic moment. I was like, what the fuck has happened? when she fell onto the table, I was like, is this supposed to be like serious? I don't know what's going on.
You're supposed to smile, bro. Awkward silence. Do you like the writing?
Not really.
The ending was pretty. I did not like the ending very much.
No. It was all pretty unoriginal. In fact, everything that it did, I've seen.
The whole smiling thing. The scenes were pretty. Those are probably the most well-handled scenes of the movie, but it was only like once every like 15-20 minutes. So, Like the actors were
Yeah,
pretty. I thought the actors were pretty good for the type of movie this was. Um, the plot was paper thin.
yeah, it was just
There
barely
was the whole
there.
backstory with
And
her mother.
also kind of it started to get repetitive, and also like
Oh yeah, the
it was saying
constant
that.
like seeing in her head thing, or like nothing happening was real, was getting a little annoying. Because I felt like nothing was happening. Uh,
Yeah, there was just really no point to that.
she kept having like
And
visions of
then
killing people, but then like it was like a whole elaborate like 5-7 minute scene, and then she actually was just like dreaming in her car. Uh,
yeah, and they were following the most like generic like, plot structure you can. Which there's nothing too wrong with that, but it's also like the premise itself isn't really that original because we've seen movies do something similar to this. So it like they, I don't know, it just seems like a weird decision because the concept itself isn't the worst thing, I guess, but like if depending on how you do it, could really like drastically change how I would feel about it. So the main actress was she was pretty good for a movie of this caliber, I'd say. Uh, Most of the side characters I just didn't really care about. Um, the sister character, what just and her husband, they sucked. I really hated them.
I liked her ex
Um,
boyfriend kinda. I've seen that actor before. He's likable. Then
yeah,
he turns into like an absolute idiot the last 5 minutes. So
like her fiance character just seems like the absolute wrong person for that role. Like he just didn't seem like he
yeah,
knew what he was
he's
supposed to
from
be
The
doing. Like
Boys, and he's
it seemed
good.
like he
He's
was
good in that.
trying,
Yeah.
but yeah, he didn't really work.
He also was barely in it. I thought he might have like died or something, and like never did. He just kind of disappeared.
No, and then it became big about like her like ex boyfriend or whatever, and he's like a cop, so he has access to all this stuff, and it's just like, so then he like starts to believe her because of all the suicides or whatever, and it's just like what? I don't really care. Her therapist was also like just so weird, and like she didn't really seem like that interesting of a character. Then they use her as a smile decoy, like or whatever you want to call it later on in the movie, and it's just she didn't seem important enough for that. She was in like two prior scenes for like 2 minutes.
That was a fucked up scene though when I was like on the phone. Uh, there was a lot of good little scares. I thought that was about it.
Yeah, there definitely were a lot of jump scares, and none of them really they didn't really work for me. But they tried to do a lot of them. The sound design was solid. I thought the score got a bit repetitive, but it was okay. For I wasn't expecting it to be what it was, so that was kind of refreshing. And the sound design when it came to those suspenseful scenes was actually pretty well handled. I would say it definitely without the sound, I don't think any of it would have been scary at all to me. But the sound definitely helped.
What if you're deaf?
Well, that's a completely different discussion entirely when it comes to all movies. So
That's very true.
I don't know why you would say that.
I don't know. I liked the guy that they met in prison, but he was only in one scene. Uh, he was kind of interesting, but then he's kind of left. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was also like that whole scene. I don't know. That scene was okay because she was like, she used the, she said it was her patient that was suffering with this thing, so to get him to talk. So then he starts talking, and then like three sentences into explaining how to do it, she's like, she just screams that she can't do it. Then he's like, you, and then he starts freaking out. And I was like, okay, well, this could have been a better scene, I think. I don't know why it was handled like this. That's how I felt about pretty much the entire movie. Just everything was like, why is this what they're doing with it? And also, like, what? I guess like toward the end of the movie when like it starts to like the weird thing starts to like take like shape of like a demon or whatever it like, actually was doing at the end. It was just like why is this happening now? And then the fake out ending was so obvious when she burned down the house. Like I was like I know like okay, so it's just gonna It's gonna pop up again. She's probably gonna be right back at that house. That's exactly what happened. And I was like, oh, dude, what? And then how did he find her there? Like, what? I don't know. It's just the whole ending was just kind of irks me.
Yeah, then the guy knew the rules on what to do, and he just stared at her the whole time.
Yeah, it was so dumb.
And that was just over. I can't wait for the sequel, Smiles.
No.
Don't be too enthusiastic. Would you like more Barbarian or Smile?
Barbarian for sure.
I don't remember what I ranked them together. One second.
Yeah, Smile is my 48th movie, number 48 on my movies of the year. So, there's a lot of crap at the bottom from this year. That's crazy. Just looking at my list.
This year's kind of sucks.
It's better than Amsterdam and Fall and The Monsters. Probably. And like I would have liked a lot of what it was like, a lot of camera movements and like camera angles and ways of shooting. I probably would have liked better if it wasn't all just something that Ari Aster already did like 5 years ago. It's not to say that it didn't really work there, so it's not too much of a knock against it, but it's like it's stuff I've already seen. So I'm not gonna take too much of the way from the movie from that. But it's like again, this is also not very original. Also, the first act felt really clunky to me, like with all the scene, like when she's like, I don't know, it's like the way a lot of it was set up and the way they chose to do some scenes was weird. Also, when she was driving around and they like flipped the whole world upside down, what was the point of that?
I don't know.
I couldn't think of a single. I mean, it was kind of cool, but I couldn't think of a reason as to why they did that. And Cal Penn is her boss or whatever. And then every time he shows up, he's just like extremely concerned, and then she's just like slowly spiraling. And that was kind of entertaining, I guess. He was like, I'm like seriously concerned about your condition, and she's like looks over and sees someone smiling at her. It's like, all right, well.
It was fun. There's been a lot of movies this last half of the year, I've noticed.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. I hope when December pulls through.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Probably
I
won't.
would like that. I mean, there's Avatar.
I can't
The Way
wait.
of Water.
And the
Also,
whale.
the mean one probably coming up.
The mean one? What's that?
The Grinch horror movie.
I fucking that already has like been made.
I guess, yeah. They said they're releasing it around Christmas.
What?
Yeah.
We gotta watch it along with Shrooms.
No.
Then Jack
Just never
Frost.
watch
Jack
Grinch
Frost
ever
2.
again.
Santa Jaws.
No. Why did we watch Jack Frost too, didn't we? What the why?
You're like, I really want to watch Black Christmas, a really good horror movie.
How many good movies? Why didn't we? Why did we watch all crap?
Just Santa Jaws and Jack Frost.
It's so frustrating.
What I remember, Jack Frost was Tommy's request, and then I saw Santa Jaws was after it, like in the list, and I was like, let's watch Santa Jaws.
And I wanted to kill you for even suggesting it.
Alice is like crying. I still haven't seen Black Christmas though. So
We should watch that this year because I'm definitely gonna watch it. I didn't get to last year. So.
just the remakes.
No, I will never, ever watch those again. Either one. So I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, oh yeah, we gotta watch Black Christmas. Okay, I was like, the 1974 one. I was like, not the 2006 one, not the 2019 one, under any circumstances ever. No, not those ones. Not those ones. The 1974 one.
Okay, for the sequel, White Christmas.
That's a movie already.
Gray Christmas.
Like a bunch of old people at a retirement home. We gotta save Christmas. Great Christmas.
Doesn't The Whale come out too? I actually want to see that.
Oh yeah, The Whale's coming out. I'm excited for that one.
When's that coming out?
Early December, I believe. Pretty sure.
You want to see The Whale, Allie? She agreed.
The Menu just came out. I'm probably gonna check that one out.
I heard that was good.
We'll see with that. There was something else too that I was gonna see. I don't remember what it was. I am excited for Babylon. That's coming out in December.
I've heard it's had mixed reviews. So.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I definitely trust the director. So.
All right, which one do you want to talk about next? DC or Marvel? Since I haven't seen this.
I guess DC, since that one came out first.
Okay. 1 second.
Well, I don't know. Marvel will probably get more people will be interested in that, so.
Yeah, we don't talk about either of them super long since I have not seen them. And also, they're probably very mediocre, so.
Yeah.
So, did you like Black Adam, Ellis?
No.
Did you like Dr. Fate, though?
I mean, yeah, we talked about this, but yeah, it was salt.
Didn't they, like, kill him off or something? It was, like, really stupid.
I mean, we don't have to get into that right now if we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
But I will say his character was the best part of the movie.
That's pretty hype. What else?
No.
Superman's back.
What?
Did y'all watch the post-credit scene?
I did.
Yeah, Superman's back. Or Henry Cavill is or whatever.
Yes?
Yeah.
Well, he was not in the post-credit scene that I watched.
What do you mean?
That was post-credit scene.
That was the post-credit scene, I heard.
Weird.
What was the one you saw?
It had to do with because like he goes back to like the throne or whatever, and then it's like he's like reminiscing about his son. You have to watch the movie.
Maybe there was 2. I don't know.
Maybe a year or 2.
True. I don't know if I want to watch this movie though. Maybe it comes on HBO. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Black Panther also outgrossed it like in its first weekend. This has been out for like a month. So I don't know why it came out in October. Kind of a bad time.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I know everybody in your theater really enjoyed it. A lot of cheers.
Yeah, all of them.
It was funny because we took that picture of you in front of the poster and you ended up seeing it completely by yourself.
Yes, sir.
Makes sense. What'd you give it out of 5?
1.5.
That's pretty good for you.
Is it?
I don't know. What'd you give Pete Davidson's Marmaduke?
0.5 out of 5.
See?
Out of 10.
That's improvement. I measure my enjoyability of movies based off of Pete Davidson's Marmaduke, which is a 0. So any movie better than that is a movie I like.
So every movie ever?
So I like 99% of movies ever made.
That seems like not. That doesn't seem like quite the bar.
Yeah. All right, quick debate though. What's better? Which place has better fries, Burger King or McDonald's?
Better fries?
Yeah.
I would say McDonald's,
All right.
but I like them both.
What about when they're fresh? Like you get the fresh fries.
Probably still McDonald's, but like really good Burger King fries are some of the best fast food fries. Like they hit really different. But half the time I get like the bad ones that are kind of soggy. But if you get the crisp, like mushy Burger King fries, those ones are so fire. Like right out the window of the drive-thru, right away. That's when they're the best, and then they're pretty good.
Okay. Did you hear that, Allie? Alice agrees with you.
About?
Burger King fries
Yeah. Thank you.
when they're fresh. So this was the debate we had last night. So
Yeah, but other than that, pretty much every other scenario, I'd rather have the McDonald's fries.
yeah.
Especially if they're like been in the fridge, I grab them out and then go to eat them. McDonald's fries will be okay, but like Burger King fries are freaking terrible.
Yeah. I don't like reheating fast food in general, so.
Yeah.
Because it's just like not even like real food, so it's just like plastic or something.
Absolutely.
So what was your least favorite part of Black Adam?
What was my least favorite part of Black Adam?
Yeah, what's your least favorite best like part?
I guess I'd probably say yeah, pretty much all of it. It was all like the same. The whole movie was like the same note. It was all one note the entire time, and it was just the same things happening.
So
like,
did the emotional scenes of Rock talking about his dead child even work?
No, of course not.
Wasn't the main villain like very bad as well?
Yeah, he sucked. I guess actually that'd be my least favorite part because like when he
So I thought Black Adam was supposed to be a villain. Like what?
well he's like a I don't know. He's kind of an anti-hero. Well, he's a hero, but he doesn't care about like who he kills or whatever. And it's just like I don't know. Hawkman was decent as far as a character. But then they tried like there was like a there was kind of like a relationship push with like the two younger superheroes, Atom Smasher and Cyclone. But like they were both like they didn't have any chemistry, and it was like really like frustrating. Like why are they doing it?
That sounds pretty hype. I heard they were gonna have a Shazam cameo, but then The Rock was like, "I don't want Shazam in my movies," even though he's literally Black Adam.
Yeah. And they say Shazam like 30 times throughout the movie.
Oh, does he still have to say Shazam to do his powers?
Yeah, he said. Well, he says Shazam, and if he said that, that's when he would lose his power. But like he doesn't say it because he doesn't want to do that. Basically, then they keep referring to it, and like in all the backstories, they talk about Shazam and all that stuff, and like saying Shazam, and it's the same wizards and all that stuff. And it's like, so why? What's the point? And they kept showing the trailer for Shazam 2, and I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, which looks much better than this. From what I've seen.
Yeah, that probably will be. The first Shazam was nothing amazing, but it was decent compared to like all the other DC movies from that time. So,
which James Gunn is now running, I guess. So.
Yeah, apparently, which would be promising, but it's also like just weird. Like why him?
I don't know.
The Guardians of the Galaxy director? What? Plot twist.
Yeah, so do you recommend Black Adam, Ellis?
I do not recommend Black Adam. No.
So not even entertaining?
It is. A lot of people probably like it because it's just a lot of action and one-liners, but there's no substance at all. And The Rock can't act, so, and neither can anybody else in the movie, and like a lot of things don't make it's just not a good movie. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. It's just not good.
Okay, the last movie we're talking about today, Black Panther. What'd you think?
Solid.
Obviously, it was a pretty hard movie from the get. Um, some very unfortunate things on the production side. Not naming any names, but we lost a very integral character to a Black Panther movie.
Yeah, it was a really, really long trailer. Like almost 3 hours. I don't know why they're doing trailers like this now, but
that's quite a
I
long.
would.
I feel like the runtime's probably gonna be the worst part about this movie. So
Yeah, to be honest with you, it did not feel that long. It was pretty well paced. Honestly, it's about on the same level as the first Black Panther.
which is pretty good for the circumstance.
Yeah, for different reasons. I definitely would give this one the benefit of the doubt, but it kind of impressed me in some ways along with that. Any characters that were added, um, it's probably one I would recommend watching because it's definitely better than Thor: Love and Thunder and it's Phase 4. So if we're gonna keep up with it, then But any new characters they add don't work, and a lot of the past characters are like they have to step up in the narrative, just since and it's just like okay. But it is kind of interesting. They definitely expand on a lot of the concepts, but they don't show much connection to the rest of the MCU, which is like okay. Justin, in-depth thoughts on Black Panther, real quick, since you're walking by, the new one.
I can't wait to read from them.
I know, great trailer, right?
Yeah, great trailer.
Yeah. In the end, I'd probably give it like a 5. But it did impress me more than I expected. I enjoyed it a lot more than Thor: Love and Thunder, and that's kind of sad considering I was much more excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. So,
Did you like it more than Doctor Strange?
probably not.
Okay.
But I also didn't love Doctor Strange. So MCU was just kind of rough right now.
So I don't really want to see it. It's just kind of whatever.
But this one, unlike a lot of other blockbusters recently, I can actually see the appeal. It had some exciting scenes. It felt kind of.
Did you like Namor? I heard Namor was pretty good.
Yeah, he was a solid villain. It wasn't amazing, but he was definitely solid. I definitely enjoyed. I enjoyed what he did, and honestly, he was probably one of the better parts, especially his interactions with the characters that we already knew. So. I wish there was more of. There's also a character named Namora, and Namora. I wish they would have shown more of their interactions. I also wish they would have handled his overall arc better toward the end. So that's probably all I'll say. But it's definitely long, but it kind of actually earned its runtime. It definitely was pretty well paced. So, but yeah, it's probably about a 5.
Did you like? Ironheart looked terrible in the trailers, and it felt like such a dumb thing to add. Did you like that?
It's fine.
From what I heard, she's actually like really important to the plot, which makes 0 sense. So
I don't even really remember it, to be honest with you.
exactly. Watch her Disney Plus show.
Ass.
Yeah. I like how you're like, yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty solid. It's about as good as the first one. It's like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, just because I had pretty low expectations, but...
Yeah, people really overhyped the first one anyways, so...
Yeah, the first one wasn't, like...
It was, like, nominated for Best Picture. If this one gets nominated, I'm gonna be upset.
I don't know. That's what I was saying. I was like, if this one also gets nominated for Best Picture, then, like, what the heck is wrong with it? Because the first one definitely shouldn't have. That one's also, like, a 5 out of 10, so... But then I think a 5 out of 10 movie won Best Picture that year, so what do I know?
Oh, just, you don't have to actually read that.
Alright.
Just look.
What is this?
Desiree, over and over and over again, asking me to send her money.
You took screenshots of every time?
Not every time. I just went back to like 3 months. This is like in the last 3 months of her just begging me to send her money after I quite literally said at the very beginning of this, girl, I have no job and I live in Florida on my own with no money in my savings. I can't even drive my car because I can't afford gas. And then 2 days later, girly, if I had it, I for real would. A bitch is down to $40, and that's gas money until like Christmas. And then she was trying to get that from me. She said, I can literally send it back tomorrow. Bitch, no, you won't. And I'm not sending you my last $40. I sent these screenshots to my sister and said, bro, get your friend. I don't want to be mean.
Yeah. Hopefully she don't watch this. I'm just kidding.
No offense, baby cakes, but I don't think Deseree's going to watch your podcast.
Allie, I know you hate every single time there's a podcast ever.
I do.
Are you popping more melatonin? This is the 5th one. Allie's newest thing, she's actually switched from vaping to melatonin.
Oh, nice.
Huh?
Don't lie to
Don't lie to him. Don't give him hope. She actually completely switched from nicotine to a sleeping drug, if that makes any sense.
Nice. Makes so much sense.
It's like, I'm actually
Melatonin isn't a sleeping.
not addicted to coffee anymore. I'm addicted to heroin. So, you know, making gains. What? I cannot get over when people get like frappes at McDonald's. Oh, gosh, just say you're fat or something. Anyways, I'm not calling anyone out. It's just weird. Alice, you there?
I don't know why. Okay. Also, when I like spell them.
My brand new car that smells just like a new car.
Like a new car, yeah.
It was the first day. I didn't even have it for like 6 hours. Like, can you kindly not spill anything? Oh, of course. So I spilled my entire frappe.
So it's all over the place. Sorry, bro. My bad.
I'll pay you back.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Anything
So
else?
anyway.
Anything else? Please, we need content. Please. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we just talked about quite a bit, so.
So I don't know if we record next week on Thursday because I believe that is literally Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's literally Thanksgiving. Or at least
Yeah, next week is Thanksgiving. But if you want to find time to record next week, we totally can. We can talk about Rick and Morty. So that's up to you. I am supposed to be off at 8 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I might have to stay late. I don't know. I'm working 10-hour days all 3 of those days. So,
the only day that could probably work for me is Wednesday. But if that doesn't work, we'll just do it next week.
okay, let's see. I'll be free like late Wednesday. So, yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, yeah, otherwise, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, do all this stuff, whatever, it's fine. Thanks for listening. Check out Barbarian. Black Panther exists too. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next week. Please give us views on this, please. I need money. I'm just kidding. We make literally $0 from this.
I mean, this is literally non-profit at all. It's just for fun.
I wish.
Alright.
Alright, well, we love you all. Just kidding. We hate every single one of you if you do not give us your money. But we will talk to you later.
Just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Donate to our Patreon. $5 a month will give you literally nothing. If you have $10 a month, we'll give you an extra nothing.
I'll give you more now. I'll give you double nothing. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
we'll just like record Ellis sleeping, and you get an audio recording of him sleeping, just his little noises he makes.
It'd be funny if you say that, then like a shocking number of people actually sign up for it.
Please,
Like an alarming number.
I need to know how this man sleeps.
Barely do.
That's facts. I slept like 30 minutes last night.
Barely.
Alright, well, we'll talk to you guys later.
Perfect. Bye-bye.
That's you.